But the other thing would be that it's really important to set up systems for yourself, just like you do for your kids. So in most households today, people have some kind of structure and rules around how much screen time is allowed and what they're allowed to be doing. And so I was just talking to a mom the other day who's really struggling. She has a toddler and an infant right now, and she's really struggling with her phone. And she realized that when she gets on the phone in the morning, that it throws the whole day off because the feeding schedules get off. She's working from home. And so she set up some really basic rules for herself, like, for example, not being on the phone until 10 a.m. So getting up in the morning and just spending those first couple of hours really being present with her kids. And
Okay.
then another pocket later in the day where it's the same thing. And so, of course, it's not always possible, but whenever possible, if you can choose those times to set aside, and it's really just a discipline. It's tough for everybody because screens are so addicting, but it's just that discipline of um, it's like a meditation. That's how you have to think of being present with your kids. It's like every single time you want to check out, you have to remind yourself, no, this is what I'm doing right now. This is the one thing I'm doing right now. And there's no like magic trick to it. It's just that discipline of reminding yourself and setting those boundaries for yourself. And if that means you have to put your phone in the other room, you can. But yeah,
Well, that
that's
makes a lot of sense. I know I'm a big fan of going on to do not disturb mode as much as possible. And I
absolutely.
wonder, I actually, a client of yours that, I know, they talked about using a system where they'd have almost like a penalty jar or a penalty box, whatever you want to call it. And so one thing that actually we've done among my friends is that since it's so rare to get together, we actually have a rule where if you're the first person at the dinner table to check your phone, then you're buying dinner.
Yeah.
Uh, and so have you come up with any kind of structure like that for families where like there's a penalty for doing something that might, because then everybody's kind of guilty.
I have had a couple of clients who've come up with things like that. The thing that often comes up though is that there tends to be a disconnect between the two parents on
Yeah.
there being one parent who kind of has more of a tendency to struggle with this than the other. So the most important thing that I would do is to come in and help kind of mediate a conversation of what can we all
Mhm.
agree on here. So if you're going to set up these rules, it's really important that you sit down with your partner and say, okay, what's something that's fair for both of us? And it's not just one person saying, okay, you're on your phone too much, and therefore this is what you have to do.